Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello, I'm Matt.
And I'm Karen. Today we are looking at part A of cheering someone up. You know, speaking of cheering someone up, did you heard about Jerry and Jocelyn?
Yeah, I did.
They broke up after so many years, and then I saw both of them in the office this morning. They were both so sad, and I felt so bad for them. I gave each of them a hug, and I told them that I'll be there for you. You're gonna make it through everything. It's okay. Don't worry. Did you say anything to them?
Yeah, I said, I think they're both better off. So I was happy for them.
So you didn't cheer them up? You didn't make them feel better or say any words to comfort them?
They'll be happy in a few days or a few weeks.
Really, Matt? What, do you ever cheer up your friends?
Well, it depends why they're sad. I mean, I know with relationship stuff, they'll be happy again when, in a few weeks or so, it's all going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if someone's very sad, like if they've lost a loved one, if someone in their family has passed away, I'd be, very much offering my support and trying to make them, think about the good times with that person.
Like giving them hugs and then telling them that everything will be okay.
Like a little hug.
Well, how about someone losing a pet? Like their cat, their dogs, or something like that. That's very, very sad too.
It's just a pet, though. It's not like a family member.
Matt, how can you be so cold? Your pets are sometimes like your children.
I don't have children either, so...
Okay, I really have to teach you a thing or two about cheering someone up.
Daisy is keeping Cody company.
I blame myself for my sister's situation, and I'm pretty sure she blames me too.
You shouldn't take the blame for her decision.
I know she made the decision herself, but I told her to speak up for herself.
Hello everyone, today we're looking at part A, cheering someone up. And we've got a dialogue here and Daisy is keeping Cody company.
When you say that someone is keeping someone company, it means to stay with someone so the person is not alone. So if my friend is feeling lonely, I will probably go and hang out with my friend to keep my friend company. Do you ever keep your friend company?
Yeah, I do think if a friend is sad from a breakup or something, I will offer to hang out with them, to do things together, to keep them company and maybe to, keep them from thinking too much about what makes them sad.
Okay, that's a very, very nice thing to do. So our example sentence could be, I kept him company while he was waiting for the bus. Because maybe my friend is scared to wait alone for the bus. Then I would stand there with him just to chat with him, to keep him company. Okay, so you will be Cody and I'll be Daisy?
Okay, sounds good. So Cody says, I blame myself for my sister's situation. And I'm pretty sure she blames me too. Okay, so he's blaming himself. He's feeling that, he's done something wrong. And that she also thinks that he's the one that has done something wrong and put her in this situation.
That's right. When somebody blames somebody, you would often hear people say, it's all your fault, right? And that's what the sister thinks, and that's what he thinks about himself right now. So Daisy says, you shouldn't take the blame for her decision. Oh, okay. So Daisy thinks otherwise. Daisy thinks that, it's probably your sister's decision that led her to her situation today, right?
That's right. And a situation, so a situation is all of the things that are happening that affect a certain person at a certain time. So in this case, we don't know what her situation is yet, but it's involving something that she decided to do. So I might also say, I will cheer my friend up, but it depends on the situation. So it depends on what's happening at that time.
All right. And what does Cody say now?
Cody says, I know she made the decision herself, but I told her to speak up for herself.
Ah, okay. So Cody understands that this is the sister's decision, but Cody says, I told her to speak up for herself. So to speak up, it means to speak loudly or to express an opinion freely. So for example, it's important to speak up for yourself, especially when you feel that something, somebody is not treating you right, they're mistreating you, but you are speaking up and letting people know how you feel.
Often when we talk about speaking up for oneself, we're talking about defending yourself, maybe saying that someone has done something wrong to you or something that you feel is not right. So you need to speak up for yourself by, making sure that you are treated right.
That's right. And it doesn't mean that you have to fight. It doesn't mean that you have to be very angry. You can also talk about it and to speak up in a peaceful manner.
So now we know that Cody's sister has ended up in a situation that's not good, I guess. And it's all because she spoke up for herself because Cody told her to.
That's right. But I still don't know what kind of situation she is in. But don't worry, we are going to take a short break and we'll be right back to find out about her situation.
You advised her well. However, she didn't just speak up. She actually argued with the teacher.
Yeah, that surprised me.
You need to stop feeling sorry for yourself. You didn't tell her to argue.
Hey, you're right. It's not my fault.
Are you starting to feel better now?
Welcome back. So where we left you before the break, Daisy was keeping Cody company because he was not feeling great about, a situation that his sister was in, and he feels that he was to blame for it and that she probably blames him for what happened. Daisy has tried to cheer him up by telling him that he shouldn't take the blame because even though he told her to speak up for herself, he's not responsible for what happened.
That's right, because it was the sister's decision to do so. So let's find out what kind of situation his sister is in. So Daisy says, you advised her well. That means you gave her a good advice. So to advise, it could be used as a verb or a noun.
That's right. So to advise someone is to tell them the best actions or the best things that you think they should do. So when you advise someone, you're telling them, what is the best way to do something. We also have a noun that's related to advise, which is the noun advice. So when you advise someone, you are giving them advice.
Okay. Well, you advised her well. However, she didn't just speak up. She actually argued with the teacher. Oh, so that's what happened. She didn't just speak up because we know that to speak up meaning to speak up for yourself, sometimes to explain yourself. But she didn't do just that. She actually argued. So to argue, that means to disagree with someone, but strongly. And sometimes in an angry way. So sometimes if you're talking to people in an angry way or discussing something, you're arguing with them. It's kind of like fighting with them. So for example, they argued about money. And usually that would lead to a really, really unpleasant feeling on both sides, right?
Yeah, so in this case, maybe, his advice was to speak up for herself, but certainly not to argue, because when arguing with a teacher, you're probably not going to end up in a very good place at the end of that.
That's right, because the teacher will probably think that you do not respect me.
So Cody says, yeah, that surprised me. So he was surprised that she argued with her teacher.
That's right. And Daisy says, you need to stop feeling sorry for yourself. You didn't tell her to argue. And I guess I agree with Daisy. I mean, he advised his sister to speak up. So to speak up, you don't necessarily have to sound angry. If you do it in a peaceful manner, things would usually turn out differently, right?
Okay. So Cody says, hey, you're right. It's not my fault.
And Daisy says, are you starting to feel better now? Okay. So I guess Daisy wants to know that if Cody is starting to feel better now, that after Daisy cheering him up, right?
It sounds like he does, because he said it's not my fault. So if something is at fault, something is someone's fault, it means that they are responsible for something bad that has happened.
That's right.
So if it is your fault, then you caused the bad thing to happen. So when he says it's not my fault, he means that he is not responsible for his sister arguing with the teacher and I guess probably getting in trouble.
That's right. How about you, Matt? If you were Cody, how would you feel? Would you think that the situation that his sister is in would be your fault? Or would you think that it's the sister's responsibility?
Well, I think, as Daisy has said, he advised her the best he could. I don't know this teacher, so maybe if he knew more about the teacher, that it's a teacher that you maybe shouldn't speak up to because you might get into an argument, and that's, maybe not the best. But I think that, as we know, Cody gave her the best advice he could, and unfortunately that didn't work out, but that's not his fault.
Nah, that's true. I totally agree with you. I think to speak up for yourself is very, very important. It just depends on how you do it.
All right, well, I think we've learned that you can cheer up your friends by just talking to them nicely, and that's a great thing to do. And I hope you do that for all your friends, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Daisy is keeping Cody company.
I blame myself for my sister's situation, and I'm pretty sure she blames me too.
You shouldn't take the blame for her decision.
I know she made the decision herself, but I told her to speak up for herself.
You advised her well. However, she didn't just speak up. She actually argued with the teacher.
Yeah, that surprised me.
You need to stop feeling sorry for yourself. You didn't tell her to argue.
Hey, you're right. It's not my fault.
Are you starting to feel better now?
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 decision 名词决定。I haven't made my decision. 我还没做出决定。下一个单字 advise 动词建议劝告。I would advise you to start preparing for the exam early. 我建议你早点开始准备考试。下一个单字 argue 动词争论争辩。My parents often argue about housework. 我的父母经常为家事争论。最后一个单字 fault 名词过错。It's my fault that I forgot to bring the keys. 我忘记带钥匙是我的过错。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 cheer somebody up 使某人振作开心，也可以说 cheer up somebody。补充说明一下，可以单独用 cheer up 来表示振作起来，开心一点。我们来看看这个例句。I bought Lucy's favorite snacks to cheer her up after a difficult day. 在 Lucy 经历了不顺利的一天后，我买了她最喜欢的零食来让她振作起来。下一个文法 take the blame 负责认错，这是一个固定用法。它的后面可以用 for 接名词或动名词来表示对什么负责认错。blame 意思是过失责任。我们来看看这个例句。It wasn't Nick's fault, but he decided to take the blame for the mistake. 那不是 Nick 的错，但他决定为那个错误负责。最后一个文法 speak up 表达意见发声。这个片语的后面常加上 for 再接对象。speak 的三态是 speak, spoke, spoken。我们来看看这个例句。Don't be afraid to speak up for your rights. 不要害怕为你的权益表达意见。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Oh my! Can we really eat as much ice cream as we want here?
Yes, we can. Go on, fill your boots.
Fill my boots, but I'm wearing high heels today.
No, Karen. Fill your boots means you can have as much as you want.
In that case, I'll fill my boots with all the yummy ice cream and that giant chocolate fountain.
That's a lot.
What do you want? Chocolate? Strawberry. Oh, you don't like chocolate? Hi everyone, today's idiom is fill your boots.
Yes, and it doesn't actually mean to fill up your boots with something.
Exactly. Fill your boots is a phrase that originated in Britain. It means to take advantage of a situation, usually by doing as much of something as you want or taking as much as you can get.
Right. It's often used in the context of food or drink, like at a buffet, where you can take as much as you want.
And now it's expanded to refer to any situation where you're encouraged to take as much as you want.
For instance, if you're at a family barbecue and there's a ton of food, your uncle might say, "Fill your boots," as he invites you to eat as much as you like.
Yes. Or if there is a sale at a store and everything is half price, a friend might say, "Fill your boots," to encourage you to buy as much as you want.
So remember, folks, if you ever get a chance to fill your boots, take advantage of it.
Yes, enjoy it while you can. That's all for today. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.